Now, we're gonna get into a little bit of the display situation.
Good.
In a minute, let's see. Give you a couple more things, and then we're gonna get into some crazy stuff. Okay, this cake, I'm sorry I don't have a better picture of this. I will find one, but I only had so much time. Okay, so this cake was for a gal who traveled all over the world, and so she wanted like the sunset up to nighttime look on her cake. So this is all like cocoa butter painted, and then pictures of her and stuff like that. This cake was on this board.
Cool.
How cool is that? So it's a world map used as wrapping paper, wrapped around the board, right?
So where in the world, what cake decorating supply do you get that?
This I happen to have in my stash, but you can go any bookstore and find maps.
It's a real map.
Right? Yeah. Cool, huh?
That's very cool.
Then,
I think light bulbs are going off. I know they are.
no, see, that's what.
Oh, you mean I could
So I wish we had a studio audience,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah, for
feed
sure.
off of that stuff. I love that.
Look at this.
Okay, so this is Jake the Neverland Pirate. Sorry, Disney. And this was one of the cakes that I did for an Icing Smiles kit. Actually, it was my first Icing Smiles cake. And I wanted kind of the look of whimsical water, and I happened upon this wrapping paper, just loved it, and it totally is so fun for this cake,
Very
right?
cool.
But
Yep.
it's busy enough, and I didn't feel like I needed a ribbon around it.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of like, you feel like you're the water is just kind of dropping off. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Instead of it stopping, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna get into some different scenarios here with some different materials for cakes, but we'll get into that in a minute. Okay, so for display situation, right? Hello, MTV in the 80s. Super fun cake, but the whole cake is super busy,
Yep.
so it was fun to bring the busy into the cake board and do
Right.
that whole Vans checkerboard
Right.
stuff right here. But then, can you see how the table is completely cluttered with 80s candy?
Right.
Super cool, right?
Very cool.
And there's Donkey Kong hanging off the cake.
Of course.
There's, of course, the MTV dude on the top. For any of you that are as old as me, you know
Right.
who the MTV astronaut
Oh, yeah.
guy is. Anyway, I think they've kind of brought him back a little bit. But anyway,
That's great.
so this is kind of like what I'm talking about, like a whole display. Can you imagine if this cake was just the cake?
Yeah. Or on
Still
a-
kind of cool, right?
Right.
But not as cool as that.
Not nearly as cool.
Right.
You know, on a silver board or something. That would just be,
Oh, gosh.
what a shame.
Right. Okay. Love this cake. One of my favorite all-time cakes again. And one of my favorite parts about this is she didn't just leave it a flat cake board.
Right.
She did some three-dimensional stuff back here. Brilliant. Brilliant, right? Isn't that cool? Mm-hmm. Super, super fun.
So they're like a background kind of something. It's
Exactly. So it's
continues the whole
background in the
thing.
movie, right? And it brings your eye over, and you kind of feel like you're there in that desert area in the movie. So if this hadn't been there and it was just on a silver cake drum,
Yeah. What a shame.
I mean, it's still a gorgeous cake, right?
Right.
It's still gorgeous, but it's nothing like that.
Yeah, that makes the whole
It
presentation.
takes your cake from
Yeah.
cool to
Yeah.
Taj Mahal, right?
Right.
Okay.
Very cool.
Okay.
You're going to teach us how to do some of this stuff.
Yes.
David.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
We're gonna
that's
kind of
pretty
bounce.
cool.
We're gonna bounce a little bit back and forth.
That's very
I'm gonna
cool.
start.
Okay. Yeah. What they can't see off camera here is we've got grass, we've got glass, we've got all kinds.
I had
we've got all
to decide
kinds of
what
stuff.
to bring and what
I got
not
a
to
bunch
bring.
of cool stuff. So this is going to be great. I'm going to show them. Okay.
All right. So let's make one the way I do it.
Okay.
I brought round and I brought square. Let me plug this in.